Hello, guys. Welcome to another session. So, in this session, we will be talking about a very controversial topic or an interesting topic, actually. So, Canada officially declared India as a potential cyber threat. So, let's discuss about this topic. There's a significant development which have emerged regarding Canada's official stance on, potential cyber threats from India. So, for the first time, Canada have openly declared India as a potential threat, and they have citing the fears of large-scale cyber attacks targeting Canadian military websites and other things. Okay, so this actually mark a significant escalation in the already strained relation between India and Canada. So we have already discussed about the issues that is going on between India and Canada. So this again is adding fuel to that. Now, if you look at the background and the initial incidents, the situation began when a group of Indian hackers they're acting independently, alleged, the Canada has actually made the allegation, or these hackers have allegedly targeted a Canadian military website. So if you see, this group was not officially connected to the Indian government. Canada used this incident, as a basis to express concerns about more significant potential cyber threats from India. But remember that these groups have no way connected to the Indian government. But Canada is making it as, threat from Indian government. And this move by Canada is surprising and completely unprecedented, given that India has not made any official declaration hinting at any cyber offensive against Canada. But they have taken it in that way. Okay, so that's what I'm discussing about. This session, this slide. Okay, now if you look at the implications for diplomatic relations, this development is actually a part of an ongoing diplomatic conflict that has been intensifying between India and Canada. And we had a discussion on this before also. And by positioning India alongside countries like China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea. So we have many times discussed about the connection between India and Russia. So Canada is actually trying to manipulate in such a way that India is actually joining with Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, especially if you see the context of BRICS also, China, Russia, Iran is there. Okay, so these are nations which are perceived as major cyber geopolitical threats, and Canada seems to be pushing for a shift in how Western alliance view India. So this could potentially strain India's relation with other Western nations, also including members of the Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance. So that's again very significant, and that's very important also. So this is what I'm talking about, the Western perceptions, or this can actually influence the other Western nations. Now, coming to Canada's political motivation. See, many observe, or the observers are actually questioned, Canada's motivations behind these declarations. What's the intent or agenda behind this? The language used in official documents and the timing of the announcement actually suggests that there might be some political strategies at play. Okay, and some speculate that the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's government is leveraging these tensions for internal political gains, and they are using it for their own political gains, even at the expense of damaging long-term diplomatic ties with India. And this relation is getting strained every day now if you look at their approach to India. So this is what the language, and this is the long-term consequence. Okay, and the timing. Now let's look at the India's response and global perception towards this. So see, so far there has been no official response from the Indian government regarding these claims, but the implications of this is very significant, as these allegations position India as a potential threats in the eyes of Western allies. And this is what they're trying to make, right? They're trying to show India in a entirely different perspective than what the Western nations are otherwise considering. So Indian media and officials have expressed concerns that this could be coordinated effort by Canada to align global narratives against India. So that's a plan, and that could be done for their own political gain, but whatever. So this can lead to significant diplomatic challenges also. Now, coming to media influence and information warfare. See, Interestingly, the Canadian government approach have involved using international media outlets to spread this narratives or their agenda. Reports have surfaced that the Canadian officials provided information to renowned publications like the Washington Post, right, and to counteract what they perceive as misinformation spread by Indian media. So that's how they have done it, right? And this tactic underlines the use of information warfare as a strategic tool in geopolitical conflict. Otherwise, Indian media, what they're discussing or spreading, so to counteract, they are using this platforms also. And there's a very interesting tactic, and that underlines the use of information warfare as a strategic tool in the geopolitical conflict, especially between these two countries and amongst, during their strained relation. Now, coming to the future or the potential, repercussions. So we will look at different scenarios here. See, the fallout from these developments could be far-reaching, and should the current US administration led by President Joe Biden continue to remain passive, or there could be a long-term impact on how India is perceived by its Western allies. Similarly, if you look at conversely, if political dynamics in the US change, then if you see, particularly with the leadership shift to someone like President Donald Trump, the stance towards India and Canada's accusations may change drastically. So this is what I am talking about here. So the US remains passive. Long-term impact on India perception by Western allies and US leadership change. Possible shift in stance towards India and Canada's accusation. Escalation of tension. Reshaping of global alliances and cybersecurity strategies. It can lead to. And diplomatic resolution is what you're looking for. Potential for improved cybersecurity cooperation between the two nations. Now let's move on to the conclusion. Let's conclude this discussion. So we will discuss about the media's role, alliance shifting, and everything. So, see, guys, the situation highlights the complex and evolving nature of international relations and the strategic use of media in shaping global perceptions. Also, I've discussed about this already. As India and Canada navigate this diplomatic rift, and which is going on for some period of time, it remains crucial to watch how other nations respond and what steps are taken to either de-escalate or further intensify the situation. So it can be both, right? It can, the other countries, if they join, it can further intensify the situation, or they can, help to de-escalate the tension also. Now, the coming months will, likely to keep India-Canada relations in the spotlight across the international media. Potentially, it can reshape the alliances and also geopolitical strategies as well. So when Canada is trying to put India along with Russia and China, and especially North Korea, Iran, so there can be some geopolitical strategies you can see. There can be potential reshaping of alliances, and there can be shift and everything. So let's wait and watch what is actually going to happen. So that's about this session. Okay, since we got this official confirmation that India is a cyber threat, I thought of discussing this. Otherwise, okay, that's it. This is what I wanted to inform. See you guys in the next video. In case if you're looking for any courses, I'll give you the link in the description. You can just check out that. Okay.